Now let us go to the last part on our study about land resources, that is soil erosion. Most of the time when you go out and explore your surroundings, you will find sites like this, or images like this, or like this one here, where you will find that the soil or the surface of the land are being removed or are being eroded away by water or wind. We know that the soil has been continuously removed or changes from time to time. So, the removal of soil from one place to another by natural agents such as wind and water is called soil erosion. So, the wind and water are the two main forces, we can say, that causes soil erosion. So in your textbook, you will find this term badlands. So what are badlands? Badlands are a type of landforms, right, that has been eroded continuously over the years. Badlands are a type of barren land that has been extensively eroded by wind and water for many, many years. This is the picture of, or an example of, badlands, right? This is a type of landforms, and you can see that in a picture, right? You can see that it's barren. The reason for that is because this landform here has been eroded continuously for many, many years by wind and water, and this is the result to the landform. So canyons, ravines and gullies are the examples of the various forms of badlands. Sometimes we might ask a question, how can water or wind create such types of landforms? But let me remind you, the process of erosion takes place over thousands of years or sometimes millions of years, and some of these landforms created due to erosion, for example, like on the left you will see there, that is the Great Canyon in America. This Great Canyon, which looks like a natural wonder, isn't it, is the result of the erosion process. On the right side there, that is also the work of the river or the work of water. On the right side, that is called as ravine. These are the examples of badlands or the landforms which have been modified, or the landforms which have been created due to the process of erosion. Another type of erosion is called the sheet erosion. Sheet erosion usually occurs over the slope of a hill, all right? When water flows down the slope as a sheet, it causes sheet erosion. And in sheet erosion, the top part of the soil is being washed away or being wasted away by water. Another form of erosion is called gully erosion. Gully erosion is the erosion of soil and other sediments by fast flowing streams that lasted for a short period of time. This usually happens when there is sudden rainfall, especially in our regions, isn't it? During the monsoon season, sometimes we used to experience sudden rainfall, and this sudden rainfall brings in huge amount of rainwater that sometimes we find that our drain starts to overflow, isn't it, into the streets. This sudden rainfall also add huge amount of water into the streams, and then these streams starts to flow with great force. And when this happen, the streams create a network, or they cut through the deep steep sided channels on its way while flowing, right? And this results in the erosion which is known as gully erosion. So here the picture you can see there, this is the result due to the fast flowing stream that cuts through those side channels right, that lasted for a short period of time due to sudden heavy rainfall. So now, after learning about what is erosion and the various forms of erosion, right, now let us see what are the various ways to prevent erosion. Here we will see the various ways to prevent wind erosion are the following. Strip cropping. Strip cropping is the method where large fields are divided into strips, and sometimes rows of trees are also planted to create shelter. You can see here in the picture, this is called strip cropping. You see here the land, the surface of the land where the crops are grown, and you can see there that they are divided into different strips. By this method, it helps to control the force of the wind, right? And hence we can prevent wind erosion. Another thing, shelter belts or rows of trees also helps in stabilizing sand dunes, right? You see the sand dunes in the desert, they spread over the area with the help of the wind, because the wind blows these sands from one place to another place, right? And they spread the desert, which is not good, isn't it? So therefore, by planting trees, they help to prevent, these trees help to prevent the spread of the desert into other areas. Another method to control erosion, especially erosion by water, is contour plowing. Plowing and cultivating the slope of land along the contour lines is called contour plowing. Contour lines are the lines that join places of equal heights. So what it means here is that, as you can see here in the picture, farmers, when they plow the land for cultivation of crops, they plow this land or the slope of a hill along the same height of the land, or along the same contour lines or the same height. By contour plowing, therefore, it helps to slow down the flow of water or the force of flowing water, and thereby reduce erosion. So another method to control or reduce erosion is terrace farming. So terrace farming is when farmers build terraces or steps along the hill slopes. As you can see here in this image or picture, here you see the farmer, he cuts down this slope of the land into steps or terraces. If you look here, they just looks like they are stairs in the building, isn't it? And so how does terrace farming helps control erosion? Terrace farming helps the running water to stop on every level, and by doing so, right, by creating steps or terraces, not only that the farmers control the flow of the water, the force of the flowing water, but in the process, right, you see here when the water flows down this slope, the water gets collected in each and every step. So here you see this is the double benefits, isn't it? Not only that the land or the terraces control the flow of the water, but also they receive water on each and every step for the crops that are grown here. So students, there we have learned about soil as a very important resource. We have also learned the two components of the soil and also the various soil types found in India. At the same time, we have also learned about what is soil erosion and what are the forces that led to soil erosion. You see, soil formation and soil erosion are the two processes, we can say, that takes place simultaneously or that takes place at the same time. Both soil formation and soil erosion, they happens at the same time. and there is usually a balance between the two, isn't it? So soil erosion, when yes, it happens due to the forces of the wind, due to the forces of water, and this is a natural process. We need not to worry about it, isn't it? This is the natural process. It has to happen. But what the problem here is because soil erosion nowadays takes place far, far quicker or faster than the soil formation, and this is when it causes various problems. And the reason for soil erosion to take place at a much faster rate at present is not because of the natural forces like the wind or water, but it is mainly due to human interference. Human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, right? Then we destroy our land by our mining activities, construction activities. All these, it makes soil erosion. It makes this process of soil erosion to happen faster than ever before. And this will harm the future, especially the lives and livelihood of those people who are directly dependent on soil as their resource. So unless we stop indiscriminate cutting down of trees, unless we stop overgrazing, unless we stop polluting the soil with chemicals, unless we stop illegal mining of minerals, unless we stop being greedy just to gain personal wealth, then in the future our earth will be just a barren and wasteland without life. Students, you also can play a very important role in conserving our land resources by creating awareness, by providing knowledge to others at your community about the importance of natural resources and how to conserve them for our future generations.